Some songs last forever because they're so simple and beautiful and meaningful and really stay with you. And this is one of them. Sometimes I work in the country, sometimes I work in town, sometimes I get great notions to jump in the river and drown. Irene, good night. Irene, good night. Good night, Irene. Good night, Irene. I'll see you in my dreams. I asked your mother for your hand. She said you were too young. I wish to God I'd never seen your face or heard your lying tongue. Irene, good night. Irene, good night. Good night, Irene. Good night, Irene. I'll see you in my dreams. She said, stop rambling, stop gambling, stop staying out late at night. Go home to your wife and family and sit by the fireside bright. Irene, good night. Irene, good night. Good night, Irene. Good night, Irene. I'll see you in my dreams.
I opened up my email the other day, as I do on occasion. My life does not center around email. People get upset at me because I don't open my email, I guess as often as I should. But I did open it the other day, and there in my inbox in one of my accounts was a little message from a little note from my good friend Mark Cohen, who's been a guest on this show. Mark heard last week's show, and I played a version of Goodnight Irene in my Hoodie Leadbelly tribute, and he was appreciative of that because he said that he plays that song in concert all the time, and he sent me a copy of the song as he had recorded it live at Arlene's Grocery back in June of 2016, just last year. So I consider that a very nice gift from Mark, and I said to myself, I'm going to return the favor. I'm going to play it, and which I did. We centered that set around Pete Seeger, who passed away this day in 2014, 3 years ago. But I started the set off with one of my favorite live recordings. It was Pete Seeger live at the Village Gate in 1960. He's joined by Willie Dixon and Memphis Slim. The marriage of folk and blues. Is there a better example of the marriage of folk and blues there? The song we heard was "Oh Mary, Don't You Weep." We followed that with the Erie Canal from Bruce Springsteen. In 2006, he recorded an album called "We Shall Overcome," the Seeger Sessions. He said at the time that he was really not all that familiar with the music of Pete Seeger until he began this project, and then he became a fan. One of Pete's disciples. In concert, he learned How to Handle an Audience from Pete Seeger. Of course, I'm referring to Peter Yarrow, the Peter of Peter, Paul, and Mary. Peter's album came out in 1972, and it was the most Peter, Paul, and Mary-like of the three. The song I played was Beautiful City. The album was called Peter. And we closed out, as I said, with my friend Mark Cohen, his version of Goodnight Irene from Arlene's Grocery, 2016.